Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me one more time to share another beer, because this is another beer review, Hoggie's Quick Beer Review, and today we have a spring seasonal from Sierra Nevada. Take a look, guys, if you haven't seen this before. This is called Glissade, or Glissade. I've actually heard both pronunciations. This is a golden bock, and it is their spring seasonal, just released maybe about a week or so ago. I found out about this beer by chance. I did not know about this seasonal from Sierra Nevada. I was at one of my new favorite local beer places, and I was enjoying an IPA, and I looked down at the taps, and I saw a tap handle that was a Sierra Nevada logo, but I didn't recognize the beer. I said, "What's that?" She said, "Glissade. It's a golden bock. You want to try?" I said, "Sure." So the funny thing is, this is a wing joint, by the way. She gives me a sample in a little plastic ramekin. You know, the little plastic cups that, like, you get a side of mayo in? One of those. So I did one of these, and I tried it. I liked it, but I didn't order one because it's a bit light. Not in a light beer kind of sense, but in a, in a light lager. Geez, I don't want to say light lager, but kind of a light body, not very strong on the flavor. You know, it's not a heavy, strong flavored beer like, say, an IPA, which is what I was drinking at the time. So, I wasn't in the mood for that, so I passed on it, and I said, when I see a six-pack, I'll pick it up. Saw a six-pack, I picked it up. On here it'll tell you, Glissade is remarkably mellow, sliding across the palate with layers of subtle malt flavor balanced by a touch of delicate European hops. Okay, cool. The spring seasonal, which apparently is coming out in winter. It seems a lot of the brewers have kind of moved up the release date on their spring seasonals because it's not spring yet, but regardless. I did punch it up on Beer Advocate. I'll get to that right now, just to let you guys know. Not a lot of people seem to know about this beer because for a Sierra Nevada offering, it's only got 328 reviews on Beer Advocate, averages a B overall out of the 328. It's categorized as a Maibach or a Hellsbach, and it is 6.4 ABV. So it's a Bach, it's golden, it's 6.4, it's Sierra Nevada, and it's their springtime offering. Don't really need much more than that. And just to let you guys know, a little tidbit on the name, Glissade or Glissade. I prefer Glissade, it's more European sounding. I've looked it up. There's two definitions for Glissade. One is a gliding step in ballet. The other one is a controlled slide, whether sitting or standing, to move downhill through the snow. You know, snow-covered mountain, Glissade is kind of a controlled slide downhill, a way to move downhill. I'm not sure which. Both of those have to do with a slide, or a glide or a slide. I'm not sure exactly where the name came from, but what can you do? On the side here, this is the same thing, a touch of delicate European hops, like it says on the bottle, but it continues saying, this balance helps Glissade slide across the palate, bracing us against the last cold nights of winter while turning our thoughts towards spring. So there's that. Now, it's after work, it's been kind of warm around here. I think this will taste real good right about now. Smooth, refreshing, lighter beer. Okay, if I can show you already, take a look at that. Typical Sierra Nevada logo there, Glissade, shot of some snowy mountains and hills and valleys and good stuff. And the typical Sierra Nevada cap, this one's kind of a gold color, light gold color. I might keep that. But anyways, since I don't know what to expect, it's a simple beer, I figured plain old pint glass. And let's check this beer out. Now, I'm a big fan of Sierra Nevada. They just make some really good beers. Their pale ale is a classic. Their stout and their porter are really good. Their IPA is good. IPAs, I should say. And their wet hop ale is amazing. So, hopefully, this will be on the same line, in the same category of really good beer. Now, this is a golden color, kind of a light amber, golden, almost an American lager kind of color, really. It's very clear. I can see right through this beer. There is some carbonation rising up, but not a lot. The head is a bit foamy. Typical good lager head. Not very fizzy. And there is an unmistakable smell of lager yeast drifting up, along with some soft sweet malts and a faint touch of noble hop, European hop, grassy, earthy. It smells mild, it smells simple, but it smells good. There's nothing off-putting in that smell, no adjunct, no corn, nothing weird. Obviously you're not going to get that from Sierra Nevada, but you know, just to put it out there. But yeah, I mean, it looks refreshing, it smells nice and light and crisp, so let's see how it tastes. Now, I didn't know what to expect because a lot of times Bocks are darker beers, darker in color, more similar to an Oktoberfest beer than a light American lager like this one is. And it is a bit light in body, in character, compared to a heavier, darker Bock. But don't get me wrong, this thing is full of flavor. Resinous bitterness hits you up front. It doesn't hit you hard, but it hits you. Along with a little bit of fizz in your mouth from the carbonation. Then along with that bitterness and the carbonation comes a little bit of maltiness. Subtle, but apparent across the middle. Good solid middle. I wouldn't call it malty, but it has a good malt backbone. You can tell that there are some, let's see, does it say? Subtle malt flavor. Yeah, you could say that. It is subtle, but it is there. Right across the middle, and it finishes with a little bit more fizz and a little bit more bitterness. The hops are not pronounced, but they add a bitterness and kind of a resinous kick to it without being too in your face. And the finish is grassy, slightly bitter, grassy, with a hint of hop resin in the background. And there's a little something kind of, it is really grassy. Like that little bit of bitterness that you might get if you chewed on some grass, literally like blades of grass. But this is tasty. And yet it manages to be not thin, not light, but still on the light side of light, you know, of thin. It's not a medium body, it's a light body, without being too thin, you know, and watery. This is good. This is good. This is refreshing. This is tasty. This is a damn good lager. Man, I'm telling you, I am not a lager guy. I prefer ales. I prefer pale ales, IPAs, hoppy, strong beers, beers with a lot of flavor. But between the Samuel Adams Noble Pils, which is their spring seasonal, and the Glissade here, which is Sierra Nevada spring seasonal, I'm going to be drinking a whole lot of lagers in the spring, because this is tasty. It's maybe one notch or two less hoppier than the Sam Adams, but this is hoppier than any Bock. As far as like what I would expect from a kind of a European themed Bock, it's hoppier than what you would expect from that. This is good. This is tasty. This, for being what it is, a Sierra Nevada beer, a spring seasonal, an American brewery known for hops take on a golden Bock, I give this a glass full. Solid. If you see it, try it. It's that good. Enjoy. Cheers.